Hello everybody, and welcome to another video on the layout. Right, when I first started doing videos to upload onto YouTube, when I started, which was back in November last year, so we're looking 5-6 months ago, I always vowed to myself that I wouldn't do any review videos because there's plenty of guys out there reviewing models and locomotives and wagons and rolling stock. Probably one of the better ones is Will from Intercity 82. I mean, he just does a fabulous job of reviewing, and I thought there's so many people out there doing it, I'll just stick to doing the movies, you know, running the trains and talking about them. But I've sort of bit my lip a bit on this one. I've decided to do a review on the Dapol track cleaning car, which you can obviously see in front of you now. I've got the camera on tripod at the moment because I need both hands to be able to show you all the various things, what it can do, what it can't do. Yeah, so I'm going to do a review on this Dapol, but I'm not going to make it a habit of doing reviews unless it's something pretty special. So here we go. Now, before we go into this in any kind of detail, I'll explain to you how I ended up buying one of these. About a month or so ago, I had an email from a fellow YouTuber, Luke, who runs his channel is Zombie Ruler 100, and Luke had asked me if I knew anything about a Dapol Hoover car. And I knew nothing, I'd never even heard of it, so I emailed him back and told him no, I didn't know even what it was. And it was just a short while later he emailed me back saying that if I Google it as Dapol Hoover car, there's some images of it. So this I did, and then I obviously found out its number and its product code, and yeah, and I went on eBay and I bought one, and that's what you're looking at now, the Dapol Hoover car. Now, when you buy one of these, it actually comes with a lot of accessories. In fact, it's not just a Hoover car, it actually is probably one of the better, more sophisticated track cleaning cars. I mean, there's all various types anyway, and I don't think you can beat, you know, your hand and a bit of elbow grease, but as sort of motorized items go, it's probably one of the better ones, better way of cleaning the tracks. I'll show you the accessories. First of all, you get 3 of those. If you can see that, that's well, it's like an emery wheel. It's like an emery cloth. It's for scouring the top of the rails, and it's spring loaded, as you can see there. And you also get that, which is a pad on the same sort of thing. These are stuck on. You get three of each of those. So that's the polishing pad, and again it's spring loaded, as you can see there. You get this little thing here, which is a special clip, in fact, there, and I'll show you what that does in a moment. Now, the car itself, if you can see there, you've got, oops, I'm looking at the camera, right, both hands, you can see there, you've got, that is actually the Hoover, that actually sucks the dirt and the muck up off the track. Here you've got like a felt sort of pad, sponge type pad, and then here at the back you've got a proper brush. Now, the way Dapol explained to use this is to, first of all, use the abrasive wheel. That's the wheel which cleans the top of the track, but you have to remove the Hoover wheel, which it comes with that in it. Now, I don't know why it doesn't come with the abrasive wheel in if you're expected to use that first, but who knows. But this little clip here is the only way you can remove the Hoover wheel. So you clip that in like that, as you can see there, and then you just pull the wheel out like that, and there's the Hoover part. That's the actual part that circulates the air for the Hoover. Right, I'll show you the first of the accessories. Right, now the accessories, what you get with this, like I've shown you, this is the abrasive pad. Now this one, I've already used this, I've already done all my main lines, so it's still got some use on it, so there's no point in throwing that away just yet. But if I turn it round, you'll see there's a hole at the back, and hopefully you can see that, and you can see the spindle in there, and you literally do just put that over the spindle, like, I can get my hands right over there, and gently push it into place, and you'll see now that it's the spring loading there is going to press it down onto the track. Now, it does, I must admit, the instructions are a bit bland. You can sort of follow them, but it's not, there's a few things it doesn't tell you. One thing it does mention is make sure that isn't jammed right up there. It's got to, you know, check that spring is working. Then of course you'll place it on the track properly, of course, and then you'll hear now, if I just start it up in the forward motion, you'll hear, and you'll probably see, if I can try and zoom in on this now, just have a go at zooming in on this, just so you can see. Let's have a look, see if it's going to work. Right, you might just see the wheel spin now. Hopefully you can see that right at the bottom of the picture there. So that's the brake. You can probably hear it anyway. That's obviously spinning on the track there. Right, now the plan of attack is, what you do is you couple the loco to it, you take it round the track a couple of times, preferably not too fast, give it a chance to just score the top of the track, and then you change the pad for the polishing pad, which I'll show you how to do in a moment. Sorry, my mistake there. They recommend that you do the abrasive pad first, then you change it for the Hoover pad, which would make sense. That would hoover up all the crap that's come off with the abrasive wheel and anything else you've got lying around the layout. And I must admit the Hoover is quite good on it, but I'll show you that in a few moments. Now, to remove this the abrasive pad, to put the Hoover fans back into it, it's not hard, but you've got to sort of get hold of it firm, and you've got to grab it. It's not easy to do in a way. You need to get your nails on it. Oh, come on. Gently. Oh, it's quite a tight fit. And that's it, we've got it out. So, as I say, the pad's running stuck now anyway, so it's not a massive issue. Right, we'll put the Hoover pad into it. The Hoover fan into it. So we need to remove that special clip. You just squeeze that together like that, take that out. But the blades go inside, they face inwards, so we put that in like so, like that, and then we'll put it on the track again properly, and again obviously you would drag it round with a loco of your own choice. It's not motorised, it's got to be pulled or pushed. But now this is a very interesting point here. Now you'll hear the Hoover. Now that works really well. The Hoover is really good. I'm quite impressed with that. But there's something they don't put on the instructions. Now, this track of mine here is going around in the anti-clockwise direction. So I'm going to put the loco in front of it, over there, obviously. But what they don't tell you in the instructions is that the filler cap there for the fluid and the on-off button there on the top, they have to be facing in the direction the loco is going. The reason being, because it's a DC motor, like all locomotives, the fan will go in the opposite direction if you do it the wrong way round. Now, it doesn't tell you this in the instructions. If you turn it round, it's, you know, you're looking at it that way, it says Dapol on the left, so yeah, you think, well, okay, does it matter? But it does matter. The first time I run it round properly, and I was quite impressed with the amount of dust it picked up, but the thing is, I ran it with those at the back in that direction, which means the fan was going the wrong way. And when I'd finished going round, the whole sides of it were all covered in dust. And then I realised that instead of the fans sucking up and blowing it out the top, and obviously it's filtered with this little cover here with the fine mesh grill in it, instead of the airflow going that way, it was going that way, and it was blowing all the crap up the side of the car. So if you have one of these, you must remember the filler and the on-off button, they need to go in the forward direction that way, so the fan is sucking and blowing upwards. Now, just to prove a point here, and I don't want any of you youngsters out there doing this, okay, because I'm just about to light up a cigarette, which is not a good habit, so don't do it. Don't start smoking. But it's a good little test to prove the point on the direction of the airflow. Now hopefully you'll be able to see this on the camera. Hopefully you'll hear that there she's running. Now this is the moment I believe is in the correct direction. If I put the cigarette there, you'll see, hopefully, it's sucking the smoke down under it, look. Which means it's blowing it from there. Now if I were to deliberately reverse the motor, in other words it's going the wrong way, you'll see now that it's actually blowing there, just blowing it away, look. But if I can get it right, it's sucking through the grill. So it's the wrong way. It's blowing down onto the track. We need it to be going the other way. Okay, so we'll stop that and change the direction again. Back in a second. Now finally you would actually put the polishing head on and run around the track again. So what we'll do now, I'll take the camera off the tripod, I'll get a loco in front, and we'll actually take around the track in the correct way with all the different stages of the actual track cleaning process. So back in a few minutes. Okay guys, dolls, I'm back with the camera in hand. So now we've got I've just put the abrasive brush on there first. Like I say, that one's been used, but it's still got some life in it, so we'll get it going around the track in the correct fashion now. So I'll just get it on the track properly, couple her up to the loco. Whoops, sorry, I always do that. I look at what I'm doing, I forget to look at the camera. Okay, I've decided to use the Q1 there. I don't think I've run it in a video yet anyway, so right, we'll take her around, and yeah, away we go. And you can probably hear that pad, the abrasive one. You can probably hear it. Now that is scouring the top of the track to take all the crap off and get it nice and shiny and clean, and I think just a couple of times around is enough, more than enough. So we do that, stop her there. Back in a second. I need to change it now for the fan. Okay, I've now changed the abrasive pad for the fan, in other words the Hoover function, so we'll put that back on the track like so, like that, and the back end like that. And remember, if you have one of these, always make sure that that brush is at the back of the direction, so it's going into that direction, so like that way you know that the fan is hoovering up and not blowing down. So we'll couple it back up to the Q1 and take her around again. Now I must admit that when I actually did this the very first time on all three tracks, it did a great job. The Hoover car really did work well. We'll take her around a couple of times. There we go. Get a little bit faster. You can probably hear the Hoover. Yeah, really good. Now again, I don't want any of you kids doing this, but watch. If I sprinkle bag ash on the track like that, it's gone. Really is good. We'll take it around a couple more times. More cigarette ash on the track. Oh, that bit didn't go on the track. There we go. Well, we missed that bit there, but it's generally in the middle of the track anyway. Better. So there we go, that's the Hoover bit. Once more. One more bit of ash. Right in the middle, look. Where is it? Oh, where have I lost it? There, look. Right, here we go. Gone! Hey! It actually, funnily enough, it actually is quite powerful. When I first ran it, there was a clatter. A very, very loud clatter. I actually really heard it loud. And when I come to check inside the car, inside the cleaning wagon, it had actually sucked up a bumper that must have fallen off of a loco, and it must have been in the middle of the track somewhere. So it's pretty powerful. Now, I'm going to take the cover. Obviously, I've already done my track, so I don't think it's going to be much in it, but you might just see, yeah, there's fag ash in there and a little bit of crap, but as I say, I've already done it and it's already quite clean. So all you do with that is tip it upside down into the bin when you finish with it. Okay, cool. And now we're at the third and final part of the cleaning session. So I'll show you again. I've now removed the Hoover fans and I've put on the polishing wheel. And again, like I say, you make sure it's not stuck up like that. It's just stuck up, look there. It's got to be free like that. Like that. Now what Dapol recommends you do also on the polishing bit is to add fluid into this tank at the top here. The fluid then is controlled into this pad here, which pretty much wipes the track at the same time as the polishing takes place. Now you'll hear this, hopefully. Now, if you hear that clicking, that is, there is like a ball bearing inside the tank, and you've got to be very careful you don't lose that, because it actually controls the flow of fluid to that sponge. Now, I've never used the fluid because I've only just got it a couple of days ago. That's why I've hung on to do this video. Now, it's very simple. You just literally take the little plug off the top. Oh, and by the way, inside there is a rubber ring inside there, and you get with the kit, hang on a minute, oh come on, you get with the kit a spare rubber seal there like that. I mean, obviously I would imagine it's going to last a long time, but they give you one spare one anyway. So now we get the fluid. Now, like any manufacturer, Dapol recommends you use the fluid. Well, yeah, and that's what I've got there, with the Dapol fluid. But I mean, to be honest, I think you could use any quality track cleaning fluid. I wouldn't say it has to be Dapol. But anyway, off of eBay again. So what we do, and I say I've not done this, so we put a few drops of fluid in, like so. I think that should be enough. Okay, and then we'll put the cover on. Not that we need that on for this particular process, but then we'll couple it back up to the Q1, and around we go again, this time with the polishing wheel. Guess who forgot to put the cap back on? Although I don't think it would have mattered that much really, but let's do it right. Oh no, right, here we go. Put the cap back on, right, that seals it back up. Okay, carry on going round. Here we go. I can actually hear the polishing pad, still hear it on the rail, which is good. That's a good thing, a good sign. Yeah, you can definitely hear it. And so folks, there we have it. The Dapol track cleaning car. Abrasive wheel for getting the crap off, the fan for hoovering it up, the polishing wheel to polish the top of the tracks, along with the fluid that cleans them of course, and then finally the brush, which apparently is also to clean the sides, insides and outsides of the track. So there you go, Dapol track cleaning car. I'll give a review on it in a couple of seconds. Well gang, this brings me to the end of the vid and the review on this Dapol track cleaning Hoover car. Percentages wise, okay, price average about £65. For that money, yeah, it's sort of okay, I think it's a little bit expensive. Performance, like I said, you can't beat a bit of, you know, human elbow grease and, you know, doing it by hand, cleaning the track with a track rubber and fluids, and yeah, you can't be doing it by hand. But as regards to mechanical, as far as mechanical items go, it's probably one of the better track cleaning cars with all the functions that it has. I would probably give it 80% out of 100 for performance. Instructions, yeah, they're not that clear, but they're okay, so maybe, I don't know, 50-60%. My two biggest disappointments are, one, this grille cover, it literally just sits on. It falls off every time you pick it up and turn it upside down. It falls off. I think it could have been a better fit, and I think it should have been a click type fit, but that's one. And to be honest with you, my biggest disappointment of all is it doesn't really look like a rail wagon at all. You know, I think they should have done it, made it look like a railway wagon with all the facilities that it does. Looks wise, I'm not that impressed with it. It just doesn't look good on a layout, not from my point of view. I mean, if it looks something like, you know, like that graffiti hopper car like that would be great, you know, but with still the same facilities. Looks wise, I think it's a bit bland, but at the end of the day, once Luke told me about it, I just had to have one, so that's me all over. Anyway guys, yeah, hope you found the video informative. Thanks for dropping by, and more videos coming soon. Bye everybody.